Yo, it's Crim Doggetto. The new Easter update for Oaklands dropped recently, and there's a new egg store where you can buy many different Easter themed items. But there's a catch. They all, with the exception of the Royal Egg Gift, use egg credits as currency. You get egg credits by getting eggs and taking them to the basket here. Very simple, very straightforward. But what if you want to buy a lot of stuff from the Easter store? What if you're grinding for acceleration gifts, which cost 150 eggs each? I'll be showing you all the method I found. Get a lot of eggs easily and quickly. So if you go to the egg store, you should see this chart showing which eggs can be found where and their values. Grasslands, flowering meadows, and desert eggs aren't optimal enough for this method, so these biomes will be eliminated. Now we're left with the Magma Cave, Iceland, and Acidlands. Neither the Magma Cave or Iceland are trailer friendly at all. That leaves us with Acidlands. Yes, there is the acid to worry about, but I feel like you'd have to either be stupid or unlucky to accidentally fall in on both of those things. But just be cautious when traversing the Acidlands. These are the things you'll need. You'll need a truck. I mean, are you going to transport the eggs, you know, without a truck? You're going to need 3 to 6 small bombs or 1 to 2 large bombs. These are the things I personally recommend. You might want to bring 2 trailers or more if you're a madman and you like to play dangerously. You can hold more eggs if you have more than 2 trailers, but for me, 2 is just the limit. Also recommend you bring an Easter basket, because with these, you can carry like 10 eggs in it, and in the Acidlands, enemies can overwhelm you, they can swarm you, so it would be a good idea to bring one, just in case, you know. I recommend a melee weapon. This is, you know, to defend yourself from the enemies. As long as it's not the link sword, then it should work. If you don't have a melee weapon, then there is a vendor like right by the entrance of the Acidlands to sell wooden swords. And if you kill one of the skeletons carrying a dragon bone, then there's a chance that it will drop its dragon bone. I recommend a link sword, which, yeah, I said that they are useless against skeletons and just all the mobs in the Acidlands. But if you can click really fast, or you have an auto clicker, you can basically use this thing like a jetpack. You can just fly up, infinitely. It's really good. You're gonna want any grabber. You can use the grabbiest grabber. That's the one I prefer. Like for this, you can use the one before the grabber, the rusty looking one, or you can even use the Luna staff if you want. But the Luna staff is more for heavy objects and shit. So I'd just use the grabbiest grabber if I were you. You might want to bring a speed or fusion coil. And that's just good to get away from swarms of mobs in case, you know, you're getting overwhelmed and you don't want to kill them all. You don't feel like it. I use a fusion coil because you also heal passively when you're holding it. And yeah, that's all the things I recommend. Now let's get into this video. So I'm going to run over here and grab my bombs. I'm going to grab 2 of them, just because I don't know how long I'm going to be spending inside the Acidlands. I'm going to put one in the passenger seat. The other I'm going to put in the back, like that. I'm going to put the trailers on the truck, like that. Now, we are going to drive. We're going to drive to the entrance to the Acidlands. It's this way. There we are. This is where you want to go. It may be a little awkward trying to finagle the trailers. In fact, you will probably end up just falling off, like what's going to happen to me right here. No biggie. If you have 2 bombs, it's not even a big mess to clean up. In fact, that one's just going to roll down where it needs to be anyway, so that is a win-win in my opinion. I'm going to put this one back in my car, but that's not a good idea. It just rolled down too, so I gotta retrieve that one. Or actually, that one's going to go where it needs to be. Whee! Goes the bomb. Gonna put that one back in the passenger side. I'm gonna hop in, and once I'm down there, I am going to just blow up the wall. I forgot that the fusion coil does this, but no biggie. So see, now that we're at the rock wall, I'm going to go over and I'm going to ignite the bomb. It's going to blow up. Bam! Now, this is where we go to the Acidlands. As you can see, the overall environment and everything looks a lot more grim and dark and green. This is perfect. That means you're in the Acidlands. There's going to be a slope up, and you can see a little bit of daylight. If you want to even call it that, it's, you know, pretty dark. And here we are. We are now in the Acidlands. As you can see, there's already a few eggs laying around. There is a zombie bunny egg. I will tell you guys the values of all the eggs and everything that you need to know about the egg collecting. Now that we're here, the types of eggs that do spawn in the Acidlands are the green eggs and the commander eggs. Those are worth 3 points each. The zombie eggs, those are worth 10. And the acid eggs are worth 30. Go ahead and screenshot this if you want to. In here you can also find just normal eggs, just normal white eggs. They're only worth like 1 point. And you can also possibly find the grudge, the gurt, or the gold eggs, which grudge is worth 250, the gurt is worth 50, and the gold is worth 100. But personally, I like to just keep these as souvenirs, you know, because I just think they look cool. Now I'm going to show off a time lapse of me getting all the eggs. If you suffer from epilepsy, just please skip this part because it's an hour's worth of footage condensed to like a minute, so it's going to be flashing really fast, so you've been warned. Now that the truck and both trailers have been completely filled up, I'm now going to leave the Acidlands. I thought I was going to be spending an hour here, but it was actually more like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. Anyways, I'm going to go down here, and since it hasn't been a full hour, the rock wall should still be broken. Yes, so I can just pass through, and I don't have to use that bomb. So I'm just going to go through. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Later in the recording, like the trailer in the back decides to just do its own thing and just flings all the eggs that I have in it just out. So I end up having to clean up that mess. But yeah, I'm just going to speed it up until I get to the main island. Now that I have made it back to the main island, first I'm going to take a quick detour to my base, because while I was in the Acidlands, I found a gold egg, and again, I don't sell the, like, gold eggs, I don't sell the gurt or the grudge, so I am just going to drop it off at the base real quick. It should be in the basket. I made sure I collected it in case, you know, another fumble happened and I lost it. And I forgot that I had those 2 green eggs, so I had to go and collect those too. I just decided to collect these because I wasn't going to, like, try to just get them back into the truck. So now, I go back to the egg shop. Alright, I am pulling in. It's a little awkward trying to get your truck into this place, especially when you have 2 extra trailers attached to it. But now that I'm here, first I'm going to just drop in the eggs that I put in the basket, get that out of the way. And I am going to use my grabby grabber and just try to pick up a bunch of them. Some might fall out of the trailer. That's okay. Just, you know, pick them up next on your next go. I can't English. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna speed this up while I continue to sell the eggs. And look at that, 556 eggs just by 40 minutes of grinding. This is what I had at the beginning of this video, and your number may vary depending on the types of eggs you find. Last time I did this, it was around 450 or something. I hope this guide helped you a lot. Be sure to share this video around with anyone who is looking for an easy way to get lots of eggs in a shorter amount of time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this is an Oaklands video and all, but if you also happen to play Fortnite, consider using my code CRIMTAINFN in the item shop. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye.